Fellas, picture this. You're out with a couple of homies, you're a little sauce, you've slammed a couple of drinks, you see a bad ting on the side of your eye, you start sweating a little bit, you start having these thoughts. Y'all are probably like, this fool has lost his mind. I haven't uploaded in like 8 years and I'm just coming straight in with this story. But hear me out. So for this story, let's say the bad bitch is a fire ass sample you just found. When you see a bad bitch, you're not gonna make her try and follow your lead, follow your grooves. You're gonna kind of mold to whatever she needs and she wants. So if you're treating the bad bitch like a sample, when you find a fire ass sample, you don't want to chop that bitch up, you don't want to stretch it or warp it to any BPM. You want it to sound like how it was when you originally found it. And in this video, I want to show you guys just a different way of chopping your samples to kind of preserve that natural texture and that life of the sample. So it's not the craziest concept, but what I want to get into today is basically not to warp your samples. When you warp the sample, you're going to be fundamentally changing the sound of it, texturally, sonically, whatever it is. So I'm going to be using Serato in today's video, but you could be using anything. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn off the sync button. So what that means is it will not be locked into the tempo of my project. And I know this could sound like a headache, but you can get a lot of cool different bounces with this. And also the sample is going to keep those original, textures and sonics that it had when you first found it. Because with whatever program you're using, when you warp a sample, it's going to just give it its own artifacts and kind of textures. And recently I've really just found that I love my samples to sound how they are when I first heard them. All right, so we have this sample here. Let's go ahead and just play a little bit of it. Okay, so that's the sample we're working with today. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some chops. I'm trying to find like a groove I kind of want to be in. So now your BPM in your track is really going to determine a lot of like the bounce of the song, because since your shit isn't warped, it's going to be giving you these weird kind of pockets. I'll show you guys in a bit. Ooh, like, do you hear how that kick is coming in too? So it's kind of giving you this like weird kind of bounce. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep chopping this up. Ooh. And this method is going to work when you have really like intricate chops. Ooh, hold on. Ooh. Take out the drums. Ooh. Honestly, the biggest thing with this is the percussion might be off because it's not warped, but I mean, Serato lets you take out the drums, but sometimes I could also give it additional bounce. And shout out to Stoic, who really put me onto this method, because I saw him chopping samples and he just would have the sync off and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But then that shit was sounding crazy, so I was like, oh my god, this is nuts. And we actually just produced this new Dochi song called Bullfrog together, so shout out Stoic. And once again, it's whatever the sample is calling for. If the sample needs to be sync that bitch. But I'm just saying, try out this method, because I would always leave my sync on. I would never in a million years turn that shit off. So I just want like a break to layer on top of this. Let's go ahead and grab a kick as well. And you already know I'm using the prototype kick in literally all my beats. Also want to sidechain the kick to the sample. I don't know what's gotten into me. I've been making a lot more of these like house beats lately. I'm gonna add some claps onto this as well. What I noticed with claps, especially in like house shit, is like layering is the key to making a good like clap sound. It really just makes it wide, and especially when you mess with like the delay on each one. I'm gonna show you guys right now. So we got these two claps layered, and watch what happens when I start messing with the delay on them. So a little bit reverb on that. Ooh. Also, with these house beats, I feel like delaying the claps a little bit before the kick really gives it that nice, like, hit. Can't explain it. A nice groove. See how crazy the sound changes when we mess with like the delay time on the claps? I'm also gonna sidechain the claps to the sample as well to kind of just make them pop out more. Ooh, if we just don't even have the no shaker on the first hit. That's fire. And now that we have the drums, I feel like you could go back and really mess with the chops again, because we have that groove locked in. So now it's really just like a free for all, bro. Like you could really just go as crazy as you want to. Dude, I could do this shit all fucking day, bro. So yeah, very, very simple concept, simple idea. I'm also sorry for not uploading for 16 years. Hey man, I'm easing my way back into this bitch. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like. I'll also be giving away my new Mai Drumkit 6, which is not out yet, to a couple of people who leave a comment on this video. And that's gonna be it for today. I'm out this bitch. Love you guys. Peace.